Now it's time for verbal exercise key number 2. This one becomes a little more complicated because not only do we have single word verbals, but we're going to have phrases. And we also have all three types all mixed in together: participles, gerunds, infinitives. So first thing, I'm going to find everything that looks like a verb, anything that ends in ed, ing. Soothed by the music, Kareem fell asleep in his cushioned chair. This one you might have missed. Doesn't really seem like a verb, but it is, to cushion. I can tell this one is actually functioning as the verb. It looks like a phrasal verb. He didn't actually fall. He fell asleep. So I think this is a phrasal verb. And this one, soothed by the music. This one is a participle. This one's a participle. This one modifies chair. This one looks like it's part of an entire phrase. By the music modifies soothed. So this all goes together and it modifies Kareem. Number 2, the crowd celebrated the brothers for their great talent painting portraits. So this one must be our verb. And in this one, it doesn't, let's see, it's for their great talent. I can tell this one's actually a gerund. It's a little more complicated. Celebrated the brothers for painting portraits. I can see that this is in a positive, rephrasing their talent. What's their talent? It's painting portraits. Portraits here is the direct object of this gerund. So that's part of what makes this one so confusing. Next one, number 2, enriched listening. All right, that's it. So I can see that this is my verb. And this one, the children, so it's an ing. So it's either a gerund or a participle. The children enriched their lives by something. So this whole thing is a gerund functioning as the OP. And the entire thing is the gerund phrase, all functioning as the OP. All right, number 4, packing hurriedly. Tara forgot to include walking. All right, this has a lot. I can see that this is my verb. Forgot what? I can tell that this is an infinitive functioning as a noun, functioning as the do. Packing hurriedly. This one's a participle. I have a whole phrase here modifying Tara. And walking shoes, another participle modifying shoes. All right, next one. Leaping several feet into the air, Andrea caught the softball. Oh, this one looks pretty simple. Okay, so there's my main verb. Leaping, this entire phrase modifies Andrea, and this is the participle. All right, next one. To improve understanding, should focus during. That looks like a verb. I can test it here. To understand, yes, that's a verb. To no, that's just a tricky preposition, so I can ignore that one. All right, you should focus, that's my verb. To improve, here's an infinitive, and it is in order to improve, so I can tell this is adverbial. In order to improve what? So I can see that this is a gerund functioning as the do of the infinitive. That's a little odd, but of grammar. All right, so this entire thing is an infinitive phrase with a gerund phrase inside. You should focus. All right, I think that's it. Number 7, she began her work by obtaining a large building. Now that's interesting. A building. Is that a gerund? It seems like it once was, because to build ends up being a building. I'm going to ignore it right now, but I'm thinking that has to have once been a gerund. To house the community center. All right, she began, that's my noun, my main verb, her work by obtaining, it's following the preposition, by what, so I can tell this is a gerund functioning as the OP. Whole thing by the whole thing is the object of the preposition, and inside that we have a large building. What kind of building? It's to house the community center. So this is an infinitive functioning as an adjective. All right, good. All right, number 8. All right. Tired after extended practice. Tired, extended, stumbled. I can tell that this is my main verb. Tired after the extended practice. This one's a participle. The whole thing is modifying the athlete. And extended is also a participle, modifying practice. All right, next one. A motorist driving recklessly through the neighborhood was arrested. This one is passive voice verb. A motorist driving recklessly. A motorist, so this whole thing, driving recklessly through the neighborhood, is a participle modifying motorist. Now, I need to know if this is, oh, we're not doing restrictive, non-restrictive yet. So this one is non-restrictive, restrictive, sorry, because it is modifying. It is important to characterize the motorist. So no commas here. All right, I enjoyed reading about Maya Angelou. Here's our main verb. I enjoyed, and this one becomes a gerund. I enjoyed what? So this one is the DO. All right, we will do the others in the next video.